Today I'm going to be making parsley oil in two ways. Yes, using the same parsley. I've got flat leaf Italian growing in my garden, but two ways. One being a home cooked method, which is super quick and achieves a great result. And the other one is more of a nod and a wink to maybe more of a restaurant style parsley oil. There's a bit of a technique involved. I'm not a chef and I don't have chef's equipment, so it'll be fun doing what I can with my stuff at home, but I really want to see the difference between the two, whether it be flavour or colour. If you've ever grown parsley, you'll either have a few little tiny sprigs or you'll have bucket loads of parsley growing in your garden, and this is just one of the many ways to use it. I'll be talking about dehydrating and all sorts later, but right now we're making oil, and this process can be done with most herbs in your garden. So you can use parsley oil for anything. You can drizzle it over eggs, over roast vegetables or meats, fish. It could make a plate look extra fancy if that's your thing, or it's just a vibrant way of using parsley and getting that really punchy flavour coming through. I'm going to be using 2 cups of parsley leaves versus 1 cup of oil. And if you're after more of a milder taste, probably 1 cup of parsley versus 1 cup of oil. But I'm going punchy all the way. I'm going for 2 cups. When it comes to what part of the parsley plant you use for oil, you can use the thinner stems and the leaves themselves. Not a problem. Even tear them up, chop them up, whatever it takes to fill your cup. That works. That's perfect. When it comes to thicker stalks, nah, I wouldn't so much. I'd leave the really woody stems well alone for this one. And the oil that you're using, most people will use a neutral oil, and this is so parsley is the hero and not the oil, so to speak. So neutral oils could be sunflower, it could be grapeseed, canola, soybean, rice bran oil, and even extra virgin olive oil, although we know that olive oil's got its own flavour, so that will come through. Now the big question is, should you season your parsley oil? It's totally up to you. You can. You could do whatever you damn well like. You can have a few grinds of salt or pepper, maybe a few bits of chili flakes. What will happen though when you strain it, there may be little flecks of black from the pepper or little bits and pieces coming through. So it might not be that emerald green. But from what I gather, professional chefs will want to keep it quite plain insofar as parsley oil, as in the name, because they add their flavours in different ways to the rest of the meal. So they want the parsley oil to be just straight parsley oil. So that's what I'm doing today. So the first method that I'm going to try today is just the quick home cook method. And we're going to be taking our parsley. As I said, we're just going to fill 2 cups worth of parsley and maybe some more finer stalks. Fill our cups, we're going to add that 2 cups of parsley to 1 cup of our chosen neutral oil. So whether you've got a blender or you're using a blender stick like I have, and it goes, and we're going to emulsify it for a few minutes. We want to turn it into a gorgeously smooth puree. We're then going to strain it, and that can be done through a kitchen sieve or a muslin cloth, a cheesecloth, that sort of thing. And there you will have your homemade parsley oil, done quick as can be. Now the upsides is it's quick, right? It's there, it can be used. The downside is that because the oil has got this fresh material in it now, the oil won't last as long as it would previously. So you want to be able to put this in your fridge and you want to be able to use it within maybe a few days. It won't last long outside of the fridge. When we look at the more restaurant version, say, of this parsley oil, they do it slightly different. Yes, it's washed, but the main thing is it's blanched first in boiling water. So it's blanched only like for 10-20 seconds. It's scooped out and it's put straight into ice water. So basically the parsley has been shocked, it's been blanched, it's been cooled down, and so the colour remains more vibrant. You haven't cooked it, you've blanched it. So in it goes to the ice water to stop any heat. Then it goes through the getting rid of the moisture. So you can spin it, you can paper towel it, do everything you want, but it's really important that there is no moisture left in your blanched parsley. So then we mix the oil with the blanched parsley, and we do the same process. We do an emulsifying technique for several minutes. We want to again make it smooth like we did in the quicker home cooks option. But then the oil is heated in this case. Now, I don't have fancy heating equipment, so I'm just going to take this mixture and I'm going to gently heat it in a pot on the stove. And the idea isn't to fry the parsley. It's to bring the oil up to a heat where if there is any water moisture left over, that's going to evaporate. And then we strain, as we did before, through a fine sieve or a cheesecloth. So the advantages of this version is that it's a brilliant colour. You've stabilised the oil. It may have a longer shelf life due to that. And it looks jolly terrific. I must say that the results were very, very interesting. I even passed them through a cheesecloth after the first sieve process, just to make sure I was doing justice with a refined colour. But here we have it. We have the home cook style, the really quick and easy, just with fresh parsley and oil, emulsifying it and then sieving it. And then you have the one that took a lot longer. This is the blanching, heating of the oil, and a lot more dishes. Now, at a stretch, this one is more emerald in colour, but if you take a look at the dishes, it took a lot more time and a lot more energy, so I don't know if it's worthwhile doing the fancy version. The quick and easy worked just as well. With my remnants, and there was a bit of slush left over from when we were sieving and straining that parsley, I've just simply put them into ice cube containers and they will freeze nicely. We've still got some texture and some flavour with olive oil. They're all set and ready to go for my next meal, whether it be throwing into a soup or into a stir fry or mixing through mashed potato. I'm looking forward to using that too. Waste not, want not. So there you have it. 2 ways to make parsley oil. For everyday cooking, I think that the simple version is really hard to beat.